The night was quiet, and the only sound I could hear was the faint ticking of the clock on the wall. My husband had gone out of town for a business trip, or at least that's what he had told me. The house felt strangely empty without him, and I tried to distract myself by cleaning the living room and watching random shows on TV. But deep down, I knew the real reason I felt restless. A few days earlier, I had received a message from someone I hadn't spoken to in years. It was Daniel, an old friend from college. Our conversations had started innocently, just catching up on life and memories from the past. But slowly, the tone of our messages changed. There was a tension between us that both of us pretended not to notice. That evening, Daniel told me he was in town and asked if we could meet. I hesitated for a long time, staring at my phone screen as if it might give me the right answer. I knew it was wrong, and yet a part of me wanted to see him. I convinced myself it was harmless, just two old friends meeting after years. When he arrived at my door, my heart was racing in a way it hadn't for a very long time. He smiled the same way he used to back in college, confident and warm. We talked for hours, laughing about the past and sharing pieces of our present lives. For a moment, it felt like time had reversed. But the mood slowly shifted. The silence between our words started to feel heavy. He stepped closer, and I could feel my thoughts fighting with my emotions. I told myself I should ask him to leave that. I should remember the promises I had made when I got married. Instead, I stayed quiet. He placed his hand on mine, and the world around me felt like it was fading away. Every instinct told me to stop it before things went too far. Yet I didn't move. I didn't pull my hand away. What I didn't know was that someone else was standing in the hallway behind us. My husband had returned early from his trip. His suitcase was still near the door, and he had walked inside quietly. He had seen everything, the way Daniel stood too close, the way I didn't stop him. When I finally turned around, my heart nearly stopped. My husband was standing there, his face pale and completely still. The silence that filled the room felt heavier than anything I had ever experienced. Daniel quickly stepped back, realizing what had just happened. Without saying a word, he grabbed his jacket and rushed out of the house, leaving the door slightly open behind him. I wanted to explain, to say something that might fix the moment, but the words refused to come out. My husband looked at me with a mixture of shock and disappointment that hurt more than anger ever could. "I was right behind you," he said quietly. "And you didn't stop him." Those words echoed in my mind long after he walked away into the other room. In that moment, I realized that betrayal doesn't always happen in a single action. Sometimes it happens in the silence. When you know something is wrong, and you still choose not to stop it.